So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Zac Brown Band back to the You're very welcome. I'm going to ask the first question, then we'll turn it over to the audience. But we are hearing rumours that you've been in the studio with Dave Cobb, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you've been making a new album, and we've heard one track which sounds a bit like the early record, the first record you made. But what would be good is if whoever wants to could tell us, please, about the new record. And I've got this extra microphone if there's not a microphone here. So, who would like to start telling us? I'm correct about Dave Cobb, am I?
That's correct. That's correct.
You want to?
Yeah, sure.
Tell us what to expect, please.
It's called Welcome Home. Kind of getting back to the purest roots of a song and the band. It's probably the most personal record that we've ever written, and it's the first record that we set out to write, specifically to write for this record. A lot of the other ones had songs that were older ones that we'd started on and never finished, or maybe just had bits and pieces of things that we put together to make songs. But everything was written for this record, and with a lot of personal inspiration, and really proud of it. And it definitely gets back toward the first record, I'd say, more so than the other ones that we had, the other ones that we made.
Yeah, we liked the last record a lot, but it was very eclectic. There were different songs from different time periods, is that right?
Yeah, it was a big collection of a lot of different eras of things. We finished up basically cleaning off the entire whiteboard of pieces of songs that we had started for a long time.
Was it a long process? How has this record come together? Can you tell us something about that? Did it take a long time or what?
Yeah, I mean, basically written most of it in the last year.
What about the recording is what I'm thinking?
The recording was all done in 6 days.
Yeah, so the last album took, what, 3 months of like recording, not writing, but just once we got in the studio to it finally being, what we considered completed. And we recorded this one in 6 days, which I would have bet probably my entire life savings that we wouldn't have been able to do an album in 6 days. I don't really know why, just because everything takes longer in the studio than you think it did, or you think it would, but we got in, it was never rushed. It was, there was a great feel between Dave Cobb and the band. Dave is from Georgia, where we're basically all from, so there were a lot of similarities between his personality and ours. Like, the humor was very, very much the same, so he knew the same jokes that we grew up with in high school and whatnot. So there wasn't a lot of getting to know each other or smell test, it was basically we got right at it, and yeah, I think there was a really strong pace to it, and he also had enough belief in us. A lot of us are producers or have done engineering in the past on our own projects or different projects along the way, so he would give us kind of a little bit of leeway to finish up vocals or to finish up certain guitar parts, and then come back in the morning and listen to it. It sounds great. Let's get started. So there was a lot of trust on both his from him and the band to trust each other with what we were doing, and it went really smoothly. There was no hiccups, and a lot of very inspired the entire 6 days.
We also tracked the whole thing together as a band. Instead of recording parts separately, we tracked all together, so it has a real feel as a one unit.
And we've seen your studio in that Sonic Highway series, but we also know Dave has our RCA studio now, doesn't he? Where did you actually record it?
At our studio.
In your studio? Okay, time for questions from here. The microphone is here.
Just a quick question. How surprised were you to find that your songs had a congregation here?
It's exciting, very exciting. Excited to come back and play. It's been a couple of years now, but it's a big deal. We go from someone in the States to then like someone like in the NFL of touring like on a very high level, and coming back and basically having to prove ourselves again from scratch here, but having some love from radio and from the press here definitely helped us to get united with people here. But I'm very excited now to prove that we're just coming back, and we got a new album, a lot to say, a lot to sing about now.
The last time was Wembley Stadium, is that right?
Arena.
Arena. Question here.
Next time is when we stay.
Hi, I'm Tanya from Roma Country Radio in Rome, Italy. Welcome back again. I guess my question kind of follows on from that one. You're probably one of the bigger names to have been here in the UK so many times, because you've actually been here quite a few times, right? What is the pull? Why do you keep coming back, and what's the difference that you find when you're playing here as opposed to the US?
It's a new land to conquer. We're kind of a bunch of Vikings on the road, I guess, or just kind of a bunch of barbarians, I guess, who just want to come and plunder all of London. No, but it is it's a new challenge for us as well, and making people feel what we feel when we create the music, and getting the chance to try to get everyone in the crowd kind of in our hand, and kind of show them what we do and connect with them. That's what it's all about. It's about the connection with the people.
We love it here.
Yeah. When we first started playing in the States too, we would show up and we didn't have cowboy hats on. We're a bunch of husky Georgia guys, like with beards and all this stuff, and we would come in, they're like, what is this? Oh my God. But then we'd start playing and everybody's like, oh, whoa. So we kind of faced this adversity when we first started with having to prove ourselves, and we really liked winning over the crowd. So coming back here and looking at a crowd and they've never seen us before, it reminds me of like 8 or 9 years ago when we were all looking at each other like, let's give it hell and like show them what we got, So there's kind of a little more energy in the last couple of shows we've been playing while we've been over here. Or every time we come over, there's a little bit of spark to the performance, It feels good.
It takes a little effort to get over here, but it's worth it. We've talked to some of our heroes coming up, and they've said, if you can get over to Europe, you got to kind of go every year, every other year, and keep consistent people saying it, so it's well worth it in the end.
So you've been in Dublin and then Glasgow, is that right? And are we going to get some of the new songs tonight?
Yes.
Hi, Pete, just listened to this. Welcome back.
Thank you.
To all of you. I don't need to finish this question. If they made a biopic of the Charlie Daniels Band, would you step up and
Dead ringer for Charlie.
I'm trying not to say that, but I mean, you seem to have a cohesive sound, not unlike the Charlie Daniels Band, which is great, and it's why you're popular, I think. So, any thoughts on Charlie Daniels?
He's a legend. Still killing it. Still amazing, incredible musician. He's fiddle playing, guitar playing. He was a pioneer in a lot of ways, and he's created some of the greatest songs, the best protagonist-antagonist song in the history of country music. Devil Went Down to Georgia. I mean,
And great improvisers too.
yeah, absolutely. Fantastic musicians and people that dedicate their lives to their craft, to their playing. And all of us are that. We dedicate our lives to trying to be the best musicians that we can be, the best songwriters, the best players. And there's some people that just decide, oh, I think I want to be famous. I think I'm going to go play music now. And we, those people kind of come and go. But I was talking to Pharrell about this not too long ago, and he was saying that the average lifespan of a group is 5 years, of most groups. And so you have to be kind of looking around the corner and be curious about what's next and what's coming. And for us, we're very blessed to be able to do this for a long time. And I mean, I feel like we just hit a stride. So now it's just we have a lot to prove, we have a lot to say, and we want every single night that we hit the stage to try to give everybody their money worth, where they feel like they really felt something. Because great music, that's what it should do. Great art, you should feel something when you hear it. If you don't feel anything and it's just kind of like bobbing your head, it's probably rubbish. And there's a good bit of that out there, and I'm really thankful that there is, because the stuff that does make you feel something wouldn't stand out if it was all great. But there are a lot of amazing people that we've drawn inspiration from, like Charlie Daniels, through the years. And
We like to think of ourselves as kind of like the Dave Matthews Daniels Band.
Time for two more.
No Eagles in there, right?
We've got two more questions at the back. You're the first one.
Hi, Kara from Nashville over here. So it seems to me that some of the songs on your album are about the idea of home and growing up in the South, and then the other side of that, you've got this very island, tropical vibe. How did you get the two very different content styles to fit together and flow?
I think being influenced by Bob Marley and by Jimmy Buffett and loving reggae music. I absolutely love reggae music, and I listen to it a lot when I'm off because it has a spirit about it that, you know, it's hard to have a bad day, or if you're having a bad day, you can put it on and make you feel better. So the spirit kind of the islands, and you know, Florida's a big part of our growing up as well, going down to the beach, to the Gulf, and spending time out on the islands and out on the water. So, you know, my favorite thing to do in the world is to spearfish. And when I'm out there, I listen to Bob a lot. So that's where the influence for me came from that.
I think we, on vacation, every single one of us went to the Gulf of Mexico. If there was 4 days off, then your parents were going to go to the Gulf. So we spent all of your family time and your traveling and vacation was all spent in the Gulf of Mexico. So a lot of beach, that was, you know, kind of the highlight of your getting away and relaxing and all that was spent there when we were young. So it's kind of tapping into that too, you know, like when I think back when I was younger and freedom and, you know, being relaxed and all this, it's the beach. And so it's easy to tap into because it's kind of always been there, you know.
Gentleman at the back on the field.
Hi there, I'm Alex from Nashville over here, and I wanted to ask what new artists in country make you excited?
Maren Morris, she's really good. I would say it's not that it's necessarily new to it, and it's not exactly, you know, down the middle of what we consider country, but Jason Isbell, I feel like, is one of the greatest songwriters alive right now. He's one of my favorites, somebody that I listen to a lot, and I don't know if everyone over here is turned on to him yet, but it should be.
Brothers Osborne is, I love their new album. It's great. They have killer guitar playing and great songs, and two brothers who I think they're in it to win it too. I mean, they got a lot of passion and soul in their music as well. I was really excited to get to see that those guys were over here playing as well.
It's going to be a great night. Brothers Osborne going on in about 5 minutes, so it's time to say thank you very much to this